Pretty on time timing, Zombria. It's been a while since you've been there to hit that button right on time like that. How is Zombria today? You been like working nights or something? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Early mornings and afternoons, you want to hit... What's the scary thing? I have almost the same amount of time off between my shift today and tomorrow as I do between Friday and Sunday. As in, you worked really, really stupid early and then you're working really stupid late.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better
And then
news
working
about your
stupid
uncle,
late
Nan.
and stupid
Well,
early.
what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the
Today I
key
got
to
done at
saving
4
Anne.
and don't go back
To
until
reverse
2
that
tomorrow.
curse.
Ugh.
I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
I shall wait to hear from you
Get
then.
down around
Thank
11
you.
p.m. Friday and work at
I
4
very
a.m. on
much
Sunday.
appreciate you
Yep.
standing by me through all of this.
Work early and then work
I'll send
late,
you an
and
hour
then
when I have
work
news.
late, have a day off, and work early. That's, yep, that sounds right. Badoop. I bet that's a Deej. Hate doing the closing shift. When I worked at Walmart, I worked there from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then occasionally they'd want me to get off at 1 and come back in at 7 in the morning. That was rough. It was a Deej. Just being dead silent.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall. And
There's
they got to
no
her.
actual
you
law
mean?
that states
She's
you
alright.
they have to give you
She's
so
fine,
much time
thank
off
goodness.
between
But
shifts.
they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there.
Some
She said they
states
took
may
the
have
whole place
something,
apart
but
looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
If your grand's all right and they didn't get the egg, then perhaps we're fine.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the
Ah!
Snidget. long
I hear
thought
him,
to
but
be
he's very
extinct.
quiet.
I'll fix that. I don't know what was happening. Like, it was only half connecting.
That's really weird. Here, there has to be at least 8 hours between shifts, unless if the total time is less than 13 hours. So, like, they could make you work 8 hours, be off for 3 hours, and then put you back to work for 5 hours? Or 4.5 hours? Is that what you mean by that? Gotcha. Yep, there's no law or anything here that states they have to give you so much time off.
No. Come on. Eat it.
Get out of my office, baby.
Where exactly are these snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
Why would
That was the
snidgets
pickle
be
die.
valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with
what?
snidgets than they ever would have fighting
How was
dragons.
the pickle die?
The golden snidget's feathers and
Slow.
eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Exactly what kind of creature is a snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much as...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it.
How was the
I'll let
Deej
you
day?
know as soon as I have a plan.
Work was a pain in the butt. But work's over, so
For today.
for today.
Yeah. Yeah. About the only headache at work I have right now is damn supply chain issues.
Oh yeah, not much you can do about that.
But what business right now is not struggling with supply chain? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Why have you not run away? I know you're here somewhere. Good riddance.
Petrificus totalis.
What I wouldn't give for a cup of mushrooms. Oh, no.
Potato! Stupid one! Revelio.
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work. This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Sneaking around has its appeal.
We're close to a breakthrough. I can feel it.
Why is it crap you are? Hello?
Ranrock will lead us to victory! What?
Unforgivable!
I'll be quieter than a jobberknoll.
Can't handle a little old... How dare you! Showing off! Quietly now. Seems the coward fled.
Petrificus totalis.
Your service. Unforgivable! Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. Suit me, sitting around all day.
Petrificus totalis.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Revelio.
I should tell you.
Lumos.
We must remain unseen.
For better or for worse, we're in.
all around.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Incendio. Lumos.
Lumos. Quieter than a potato.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Those goblins. Whoa! Rather unwise coming back in.
Imperium. How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Revelio.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Bombardo. Accio. Incendio.
That's fine.
Wingardium Leviosa. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Revelio. Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Revelio.
That bridge has seen better days.
Incendio.
What, Gherkin?
Reparo.
Oh, it's all gone.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Levioso.
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Accio. Incendio. Lumos.
Lumos. We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
How long for a bacon and mushroom stew? I will make you pay. Let's get it.
Bombard! Repulsor! Glacier! Protego!
You're no match for me. You're like a glove button. My feet. I won't rest. Almost.
Imperial!
At your service.
Repulsor! Bombard! Glacier! Protego! Stupefy! We're not finished yet.
It's almost as if they will fight.
Imperial! Repulsor! Bombarda! Glacier! Glacier! Bombarda! Repulsor!
We certainly cleared the room.
I don't know why Gryffindors get credit for bravery. We Slytherins are teeming with it.
And we're much more fun to fight with.
Bombarda! Incendio!
We can have a look around in peace.
Wingardium Leviosa! Revelio! Bombarda!
Bombarder! Bombarder!
Incendio.
Symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more runes in. Wasn't expecting that.
Revelio.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by his... Sebastian! I think I
Hopefully it
found
will help
something.
us unravel more
A
of this
canvas
mystery.
piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts. And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
What's the Mr. Deej playing today?
Right now I'm playing Spelunky Randomizer.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Up, Somers. And this den. Era Subathon ended today. Lasted a good little
Almost a full
while.
week.
You can stop a thief in their tracks with Stupefy, or just run, of course.
There was an update to this game today,
Never trust a man who
Please,
and
come
it
in.
has solved
Let me
so
know if you
many
need help finding anything.
stutter issues. Made it entire week when he was asleep. Timer wasn't running. Ah.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I've heard that our dear Clementine. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Pushing the plow is good, honest work.
Where's the other vitamins that are multiple colors? On the kitchen counter. Thing.
Oh, I never
Lumos.
entered this building.
Aloha Mora.
Looks different. It looks so different.
Revelio. Revelio.
welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes. You have a good head for business, haven't you? No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke
Stuff
a curious
to buy.
mind like yours. Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there?
3,500 left, and I have all that stuff owned.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
The Ministry's good work if you can get it.
What?
Do 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 do.
At least you didn't do what that first year did. But
Cannot wait for time, where I can't wait to watch you try.
Hello there. Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
I'll throw this away, go put it in the cabinet. Why didn't you take your medicine this morning?
Oh. So City Skyline 2 was announced. That makes me
I should investigate.
eager to play it.
Yeah, I saw that announcement. That's
This
interesting.
is a waste of my talents.
There's a new Sims competitor.
I mean, the other one leaves.
I don't know if you saw that. Which is very interesting.
I saw you posted something about it, but I didn't actually get a chance to look at it.
I don't know if I posted it. No, I saw it.
Oh, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was somebody else in one of the other Discord open.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten. Someone's here.
Faster!
What, Bert? No. Okay.
And tomorrow,
Slow down now.
Nakon's
There we go.
doing a little bit on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.
A
Super
friend who
excited to
speaks
see that.
gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bagalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
He's played so much
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Clever.
The door is looking at us.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lid. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe it. I made real goblin mine. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Back here. We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Where are those plans gone? I had schematics in my hand a moment ago. Ranrock is sure to appreciate the extra work we're doing.
Petrificus totalis.
Not quiet enough.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. Revelio. We're being watched. By a door. Incendio. Revelio.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound
Thank
to
you,
be
Gurgen.
plans around here somewhere.
Huh?
A schematic. They're building something.
You gotta give it to
I
Daddy.
can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down
That
here.
one's mine.
What's she giving it to me for?
Because she thinks it's yours.
Oh, mine's in the truck, baby. That's
Thank
Mama's.
Revelio.
What the fuck?
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
It's gone on too long. Wait a moment. Afraid to fight? Hello? Someone there? Who's that? Someone there? Don't see myself doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my own operation. There's a grapple, you are.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Empty-headed.
Yeah, without knowledge.
Vicus Totalis.
What was that? Seems though I'm not alone.
Vicus Totalis.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. Another schematic. What are they going to build?
Revelio.
This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Incendio.
A lot of linen weld that I can't pick up.
Revelio.
Go that way? I don't remember.
Revelio.
No, I'm not going this way. So I can't go that way.
Devil's snare. You're not careful.
Not the entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos! Yes, of course.
It's always my turn to control. Such cowards. They were just here. What's that? Who's there? Why is decision running from me? Nothing over here.
goblins will finally rule over wizards.
Over here! Let's get this over with. Let me out at once! You are postponing this! I won't rest. One less human to worry.
You any wiener grabbers in here? Hannah.
That should be the last of them I'll meet.
Accio.
Hi, Hannah.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
2 pins sufficient, but 3 pins obviously better.
Revenue. Incendio.
That looks like it might be a way out.
Revelio.
Motherfucker.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Why would you lose your front IO with 3 fan? I mean, you still have to have your power switch, which is, I'm guessing, the same spot you're talking about. You're talking about like a USB plug you'd be covering up or something? I'm just confused. Don't come on, my bud.
I figured this is gonna be easier. But yeah, it's the front IO power, like the USB.
Mama was in the bathroom and told her to ask Daddy.
So I'm going to lose those, so which is fine.
Why not just plug them in a different USB slot?
Because there's only the one on the motherboard.
You've got more.
It's
than
not 2, it's a USB 3. There's only one.
Mine's got like 2 or 3.
Mine only has one. I mean, I can take a look, but I'm pretty sure it only has the one. But if I lose it, it's fine. I have the extra USB from the PCIe board I have. The extra USB slots. I just lose the USB-C, which is fine. I already have one on the motherboard.
Hello, Hamura.
And I only use one of the ports on the case usually anyways. But I figured I'd go for the 3 fan. It's 20 bucks more. And it'll have more cooling, right?
I'm a fan of the bigger cards personally. I feel like
yeah. Yeah, me too. Like, so I took out my 970 out of my other PC just to see if maybe it was my motherboard causing the issue for whatever reason. But it wasn't, and the 970 is longer than my 2060. And the 970 would not fit with the
left.
USB.
A welcome
power
sight
connector
indeed.
But if I lose the front IO, I think it's gonna be fine. I should be fine.
Send me a picture if you can, just so I can understand, you know, what it looks like. Trying to remember what board you have too. It's an MSI something.
Yeah.
The Z590.
490.
490? Oh, you had a 590.
Yeah. It's the MSI Gaming Edge Z490. With Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm gonna get some air and dust it out tomorrow as well. Okay, I'm gonna send it in Discord. And I circled the USB power. But it's like right at the edge of my GPU. What are you looking at?
You just not spot PCIe spots?
For the card?
Yeah. It says they're both PCIe 16. Put the graphics card on the lower one.
Are they both the same?
According to the data sheet.
Because I think I put it in the higher one for it to draw more air.
That might be. There's 2 PCIe X16 slots.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll see. I'll get the 3 slot, or I mean the 3 fan one tomorrow, that Gigabyte one. And Gigabyte's good. So I'll get that. It's got 2 display ports and 2 HDMI ports.
Game is very difficult.
My 970 has more back I/O, like display, or it's got a display port, 2 HDMI ports, and 2 VGA ports, or DVI ports. I mean, whereas my 2060 only has 1 DVI, 1 HDMI, and 1 digital, or one.
That all just
Whatever
depends
it
on
is.
the manufacturer too.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Looks like I get more RGB on my video card. If I get that one.
I mean,
Can we please talk about what just happened?
anything nowadays has got RGB on it.
Yeah. See, the other thing is, like, with getting that Gigabyte card, it looks like it's got like 2 intake fans and then an exhaust fan.
Can we please talk
So
about
it's gonna
what
help
just
keep
happened?
it more
Yeah.
circulated.
Unrelated, but this game got an update today, and it runs 100 times smoother.
It got an update? Maybe mine already updated.
Remember I was getting all that stuttering, that random stuttering?
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Completely gone.
That's good.
I was getting a lot
I
of...
only got it when it was like nighttime and Hogsmeade mostly.
I was getting a lot of render frames dropped. And I'd go to Hogsmeade and I'd start like, it'd just start racking them up. I've got 60 and I've been live for
What just happened?
almost an hour and a half, whereas yesterday I probably had like 400 or 500 by now.
Oh, really? I usually only had like 6 total, like rendering frames drop. But anyways,
it runs better.
That wasn't so bad,
I'm
was
going
it?
to
It
hop
was.
out
It
and
really
go back
was.
to Hannah. And
I'm afraid I've had
watch
enough
some
adventure
stuff.
for one day.
But I'll probably get that Gigabyte
For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit.
card
I
tomorrow.
couldn't have done it without you.
They have 4 of
Now,
them in stock.
if you
so it
don't
should be
mind,
good.
I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood?
All right,
I'll leave you to
bye.
it. Your
See ya.
goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know.
Oh
After
my
that,
God,
something
that
shifted
is
in me.
Terrifying.
I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
The story comes circle. I have 7 story quests left.
Almost there.
3 of which belong to this. See, I don't. It says 7 quests, but I don't feel like it's 7 quests.
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last.
Well,
Come by
not
Stick
real.
Witches
Like,
as soon as you can.
so there's like a series of quests. It's like 4 or 5 quests or 6, 7 quests, whatever. And that feels like one quest to me.
I see what you're saying.
So when, and like this one I'm on now, I've got 3 quests left. Which is actually 3 story quests, but I feel like it's all one part of the quest.
Right.
I don't feel like they did the questing system quite right.
My mother used to say I was lazy. Hello again. Wonderful to see you.
As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you.
$4,000.
Nice doing business with you.
I'm not getting that yet.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
There goes my ride. That's upsetting.
To the map chamber. Found a game I think you and Bark would like. It's still in alpha, but there's a playtest next month that's called Dark and Darker. Why does that sound so familiar? Is that the game, like, it's kind of like Tarkov, but it's, instead of like a modern shooter, it's bows and swords? It's literally... Okay, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I've seen Pestily play it a lot.
Welcome back.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Hello, Professor. I have
When
news.
you try to Google it, and the first
goblins
thing
are
is about
looking
how
for
they got
something.
swatted 3 hours
Another
ago because
repository.
they had stolen,
They've built
code.
drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose.
Game looks cool though.
Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's like
Hogwarts.
Skyrim edition Tarkov.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Nice. Please tell me that wasn't actually the quest. Oh my god. That quest was a cutscene.
Ah, so when it said 7 quests, it really meant like 1.5 quests.
Like I said, I don't feel like they did
access to the headmaster's office.
Did the quest system
Perhaps
quite
Professor
right.
Fig will know what to do.
Not a bad game, just could have done things a little bit differently.
This is my favorite keeper trial.
After I do this quest and the next quest, I have 4 quests left.
Me keeping one.
Why not?
Yo, I heard you like quests.
Well, I wish they were, you know, quest.
Actual quests.
It's probably like 3 quests and 4 cutscenes.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle, and I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone.
I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Devs are aiming for a winter release, but with this game, you can actually queue with friends and they show up friendly. You can see their health, so no more wiggle dancing. That's half the fun of Tarkov, though.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Yeah, I'll probably forget again.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this...
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Sometimes you just don't feel like yourself.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you, I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
I was trying to get Dad to...
Hey, give her a hug or fist bump.
She can't get through with your chair.
Give her a fist bump.
Dittany and Booba Tuba.
Love you.
Night, kid.
Night, kid.
Professor,
A word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a...
When I witnessed what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
The headmaster. I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that much.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you! The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
We should speak with Mr. Pickle's friends.
Revelio.
Away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Aloha Mora. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. 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 That must be the pedestal.
Now we're in a book. Hi, Gargan.
In a few minutes.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead.
How could this happen?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, no danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
To bolster! Bombarder! Descender! Defender! Depulsor! Potato! Stupefy! Depulsor! Bombarder!
Somebody's angry. I hit the button, damn it.
Stupid. Bombarder. Defender. Potato. Stupid. Bombarder. Defender. Revelio. A simple stone. This must be for me.
You're far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone.
Oh, poor Neve.
Neve. We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
On your charger. No, you're done with it for the night. I got it on your charger.
Revelio.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I wish I'd have saved before this.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Fire whiskey. You know what fire whiskey is?
Alcohol.
Fireball.
Why did you wish you saved it before that?
I don't know. I was just curious to see what the outcome would be. The final 4. Final 4 quests. We'll have to wait for another day. Probably. Tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see.
It's not the final 4 quests, there are more.
Just 5 quests. Sorry. I have to click all that again. Anyway.
I shouldn't have reacted
That's
so
for
bitterly about your goblin
today.
friend. I apologize.